today here in Houston, Texas. It is Friday, and we could not be more excited because this is BNI Now, the only show that is dedicated for our BNI members to come onto the show and talk about their business and get local, national, and international exposure. So it's a really great opportunity, and we look forward to many members coming through the show and having a great time. We always have a good time. So every time that a member leaves the studio, they always say, that was fun. And it is, even though we get nervous a little bit at the beginning of the show. But we do have some fun. I do have some announcements. And before I go any further, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Rick Gutierrez. I am the host of this show and area director and launch director for the Houston West region. And so it is a great honor to be a part of this organization, an organization that helps business owners take their business to the next level using strategic tools to help us all the way around. So we do have quite a bit of announcements. This is September, and it's always a September to remember because we are in the process now, starting today, September 11th, leadership training started this morning. So we are going to be training all new committees, starting from the president all the way down to visitor host committees, every Friday and every Monday. We are going to have multiple sessions throughout every Friday and every Monday. So all we need to do is go to bnihouston.com, go to the events tab. In the events page, you will see the entire calendar for the month of September. All you have to do is go and pick the day that best suits your schedule and the time that fits your schedule best. These sessions are anywhere from an hour long to 2 hours long, so depends on your committee that you are participating in. That is the length of the training, just 2 hours, and you get CEU credits for that. And we are going to go over all of the materials that and scenarios that you may come across when training for your committee. So we definitely look forward to that. And if you happen to be a vice president or member of the membership committee, and if you register for the 4 to 6, you will be with me. So I'll be happy to see you there. So enough about all of that good stuff. We are excited because we have some great members on the show today. And I could not be more excited than to have Amy Pollock on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's glad to be here.
Well, it's definitely an honor and a pleasure to have you here. I know that you are a member of one of my chapters, which is Success Connect. Yep. I believe so. And so we want to welcome you to the show, and we want to know this is the time that we give our members to give them local, national, and international exposure about their business. So this is the time for you to shine and tell us all about you, your business, your products, your services, and your viewers are right in that camera over there. So tell us all about you.
Great. Thank you. So my name is Amy Pollock, owner and co-founder of Entre Results, where we are a business coaching company. And our value proposition is we help business owners create a business that gives them the personal life they want. And what makes us different from a lot of other coaching companies that are out there is we integrate life coaching in with the business coaching, because for so many small business owners and entrepreneurs, our personal life greatly affects our business life. And we don't want to sacrifice our family for our business. We don't want to sacrifice our business for our family. And we want to make sure that we are balanced in all areas of our life so that we can create a tool that gives us a phenomenal life. I mean, so many of us, that's why we start businesses, is so that we have that opportunity to be able to live a great life. And what happens sometimes is we start our business and we get busy being busy and juggling all of the balls in the air that we have as a business owner and as an entrepreneur. And all of a sudden, our time becomes so limited and we don't have that extra time that we thought we were going to have. We become prisoners to our business. We're not able to escape the everyday of all of the work that has to get done. And we see so many business owners that come in that have great businesses and great organizations, but they don't have time. They haven't had vacation in years. They don't get to spend time with their family. And so, we see a lot of these things over and over again. And other challenges and other issues that business owners have is not getting results from their employees. That's a huge problem and an issue that a lot of business owners have. So it's, time management, getting results from people, sales, marketing, business strategy, really getting a good handle and being able to wrap their arms around their entire organization in a way that is organized, is systematic, can look through. It's a simple way to execute on some of these higher level strategic goals for the overall organization. And we help them. We help pull them out of the weeds to really get a good look at what's going on in their business, so that they know what they need to do and focus on the top priorities to continue to move forward. And it's a process and it takes time, but being able to step away every so often and really take time to plan will help them to move forward. And an analogy I like to give to some of my clients is, sometimes we have to take 2 steps back to be able to jump forward. And a lot of times that's what gets business owners stuck in a certain area is, I feel like I'm moving backwards, I'm not moving forward. And it's tricky, it's a mindset shift because sometimes you do have to take step backs to be able to move forward. And so we work through a lot of those things, mindset challenges and everything that has to do with the individual, with the business, so that they can be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you said so many amazing things that I can totally relate to being a business owner. But one of the things that struck me the most is that you help business owners with their business along with their personal life. I've never heard a business coach, talk about those two and implementing strategies for both of those. So that is not only amazing, but how do you go about doing that? Do you do both at the same time, or do you strategically just focus on one first, which then is a domino effect for the second one, or how do you go about that?
Well, it's almost a simultaneous thing. Okay. The way our process works, and depending on where people are, our initial process is they take a DISC assessment, and a lot of people have heard of DISC. I love DISC. It really gives a good picture into people and who they are, what that looks like in their personal life, and also what that looks like in their business life. And as we comb through that, we're able to talk about both at the same time and how that relates, because they are thinking of both areas, and sometimes it just comes up. And then really, too, it depends on our client and how vulnerable they want to be, how open they want to be for growth and for change. And so they do lead a lot of it, even though we are facilitating and guiding. It kind of just comes up. And then one of the tools that we have is a success planner. I should have brought it with me, but I didn't. And it goes over 7 or 8 different areas of their whole life. It's the wheel of success, where they're able to set goals for all areas of their business and their life.
Okay, so it's a simultaneous, effort to try to help in both areas. And you're correct. I mean, DISC assessment is amazing. I just took one like 2-3 days ago, and it was pretty interesting to see the results. Yeah. So going from helping business owners and achieve the results, do you stay with your clients even though you have helped them achieve the results, or is there a time to where you send them on their way and then they're off on their own, or how does that work?
So it really just depends on where they're at and what they want to do. Sometimes people like to stay with us for the accountability. Right. I want someone who will hold me accountable to what I said I was going to do. Absolutely. Because that's what they need. And so even though they're doing great, they still want someone to have a sounding board. Hey, let's talk through this. Let's talk about this idea. I'm thinking about moving forward with this, and let's really hash out those different ideas. And I need you to be the devil advocate for me, because my spouse has done this for me, but not really the way I want them to. Or I can't really talk to my employees about any of these things. And then there's some people that hire us just for a specific project or for a specific time. And so it really just depends on, their preference.
So having someone to run some ideas by or bounce some ideas off of, that is huge. Because you don't always have someone to talk to. You don't always have a right-hand person that can, guide you or tell you in a very honest and sincere way, whether no, you're crazy, don't do that, or yes, that looks amazing, let's just try to focus in and work on it. So what are the tools? You mentioned so many things, all in your commercial, which is amazing, but what other tools do you provide a business owner to take their business to the next level? Let's say for someone who has a 50 plus employee, organization, but they are struggling in getting their business to that next level. Let's say that they are a $30 million company, but they want to reach a $100 million company, right? They want to be that successful. So what tools, aside from what you just explained, can you, Amy Pollock, offer the client, to help them achieve those success?
Sure, absolutely. So when it comes to a company that size, we like to work with the leadership team.
Okay.
And we have something called a strategic execution planner, which outlines the entire organization in one document. Their vision, their mission, their huge goals, their target audience, their marketing strategy, their guarantee, how their metrics for the guarantee, how they're going to measure that. And then we go into the 3-year goals, 2-year goals, 1-year goal, and we break down the 1-year goals into quarterly goals.
Right.
And we do the financials, and then we also do what's called RPA goals, result, purpose, activity. And it really helps for everyone to see what this strategic execution planner is and how it works, because it's a living document, and they get to write down their goals, what are their key performance indicators, and you're able to assign who's going to be responsible for which goal. And each time leadership team gets together, we hold them accountable. What's going on? Where are you at with these goals? Where are the issues coming up?
Right.
And with those issues, we help solve those issues and implement other systems depending on where they're stuck.
Right. So those places where we get stuck, I personally call them hurdles. For every time that there is a goal that is set, for every time we are trying to achieve that goal, there is hurdles that come into play. So we want to know about Entre Results. We want to know about the company, and we want to know all of the details about it. So tell us a little bit about your company and how it came about, and where are you guys located? Are you guys virtual? Are you guys having face-to-face meetings? Tell us all about it.
Sure. So my husband and I started Entre Results, and we have been in the coaching industry for about 13
Okay.
years. And we started Entre Results in 2007, 2008. We're local here in Houston. We do both virtual, and actually yesterday we had our first live workshop. Two of our clients wanted to come live. And so we were able to facilitate that for them and do that. And a larger part of our group wanted to stay virtual, which is fine. We are open to having face-to-face meetings with certain clients. And I've been doing virtual for years now, so this is something that's not uncommon for me, and I'm used to it. I have clients all over the United States. And so us as a company, our mission is to provide mission-minded people the platform to serve the world. And that works both internally with our coaches and externally with the clients that we work with, because truly Entre Results is a platform where everyone can be their best, be able to serve our world, and that's what we're all about.
Okay. So you mentioned the word coaches in plural, so it's not just you and your husband, you have a staff?
Correct.
Okay. How many coaches do you guys have?
Well, currently we've recently onboarded quite a few new coaches onto our team.
Nice. Okay.
And so we have, I think, 8 total coaches. Some of them are still learning and going through training.
Okay.
So they're not fully onboarded, but fully onboarded coaches that are ready to go. We have 1, 2, 4.
That is amazing. So that means growth. That means business is good. That means that business owners right now, because the world has changed and the way that we go about business has also changed. So having someone on your team helping them and guiding them through that is extremely beneficial, right?
Yes.
So awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with Amy Pollock.
Graphic design, banners, brochures, business cards, posters. any printing you need for your company's branding, Priority Printing SS is your solution. With more than 30 years of experience, Priority Printing SS has been the preferred solution for hundreds of companies for any printed materials. At Priority Printing SS, they believe in listening to you, bringing you creative ideas to effective results. Your printed materials talk about your company. Make sure they open the door for you. Trust your printed materials to the experts. Call Priority Printing SS at 713-575-9800 and let Priority Printing SS handle with ease all your printing needs.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey folks, we are back. This is BNI Now, and I'm Rick Gutierrez, your host, and we have been chatting here with one of our amazing members, Amy Pollock, and she's been telling us all about Entre Results Company, business coaching, life coaching. So thank you again for being on the show and educating us and everything and all that it has to do with business coaching. I had no idea that a business coach could also at the same time do some life coaching to help, both realms. So amazing things. Congratulations to you, your husband, and your company, and acquiring and adding, new coaches. That's amazing. Growth is amazing, especially now, like I had mentioned a little while ago. So I know that you are a somewhat of a new member to BNI. I know that you visited quite a few chapters last year, but you finally settled on one.
Yes.
And so that one caught your attention, and for whatever reason, it was an amazing reason, and that's why you joined. So tell us all about your chapter.
Yeah, so I love my BNI chapter, Success Connect. We meet on Wednesdays at 11:30, and the group, when I went to visit that group, I could tell people there worked hard and they played hard. And I liked that. I liked the camaraderie that everyone had within the group. It felt relaxed. It felt comfortable. It didn't feel uptight or anything. And I thought, you know what, this is a great group. I can relax, I can be myself and do business with people that are here. We're all professionals and we're confident in who we are and what we do and our abilities. And I could see that just with the camaraderie within the group and those dynamics. Yeah. And I really liked that a lot.
Yeah. So I remember meeting you. You visited my old home chapter, which was Heights of Professionalism on a Wednesday morning. Yep. And you were visiting and you were just kind of feeling, the vibe from each chapter. And I always tell not members, but people that are thinking about joining a chapter is to go and visit several chapters. And the reason for that is because it's not all about, let's say, the time or the location or things like that. It's all about how you are made feel when you visit a chapter. That chapter that kind of attracts you, basically, it's something that you feel in your gut feeling. It's not so much that you think about or anything like that. It's just automatically you're drawn to it. And that's what happens when you visit a chapter. Now, you probably visited Success Connect more than once, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And you visited several other chapters. So what did you see in other chapters, or better yet, what did you not see in other chapters that you did see in Success Connect, aside from the level of professionalism and working hard and playing hard and all that stuff? Did you see some key contact spheres within the members that you could potentially, tap into? What was it that you saw in Success Connect?
Really, it came down to the people. I was able to connect with the people. They were and not that the other groups were not this way, but they were very friendly, very warm, very welcoming, real down to earth, and that resonated with me. Yeah.
So it's something that I've always noticed in different chapters. They all have their different, dynamic, their different culture. It's still the same 20-point agenda that we use around the world, but it's something about how the members create that culture that make visitors feel extremely welcome, and they are friendly. And I know a good friend of mine just joined your chapter not long ago. We were in a chapter, several years ago. His name is Greg Rossner.
Yeah,
and so
awesome.
He is now going to be, I believe, in the visitor host committee, which when he and I started the chapter together, he was the first president of our chapter. And that guy, believe it or not, is someone who I was very intimidated by, because he's just, tall, and he's got that voice and all that good stuff. So, but he's helped me quite a bit, and he's done some amazing things. So I know that he is going to be a great asset for your chapter, just like you are and all the other members. So tell us about a little bit more about Success Connect. You guys meet on Wednesdays at noon. You guys were meeting at the tasting room right there in Uptown, right?
Right.
What's going on with that? Is that still something that you guys are going to be meeting there? Has a decision been reached as to where the new venue may be when we do get back into in person?
Sure. Well, unfortunately, the tasting room is closing their doors permanently. So we are looking for a location to meet somewhere around that area. We haven't decided when we're going to move forward with in live. We're continuing to go virtual for now. And so that's kind of where we are with that.
Okay. So I know that no chapter in the U.S. has the green light from BNI to go back to in person anyways. Okay. So it's going to take a little while for us to do that. But when we do get back to in person, it's going to be a process. It's going to be a lengthy process, because we want to make sure that we follow the procedures that BNI is going to provide for us. But I do know that the tasting room does have a location in City Center, I believe it is, I-10 in the Beltway.
Okay.
So there may be a possibility. It's a totally different area. It's no longer the Galleria.
Right.
But, there again, there are so many options as far as restaurants go in the Galleria area. So, but if someone wanted to visit your chapter, our viewers that are catching us live right now or listening to us that want to visit the amazing Success Connect Wednesdays at 11, how can they do that?
Well, they can go to the BNI website or just go to bni.com, and they can do a search for different locations within the Houston area. Our group is called Success Connect. We meet on Wednesdays at 11:30, and they can go there, register, and our amazing visitor host currently is Sarah Cuddy, and she is she's very responsive in getting people the information that they need to log into the Zoom meeting. And so, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Or they can reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to invite them to come and send them all the information as well.
Yeah, so the website that was just on the screen there, that's our regional website, which is bnihouston.com. But there's a tab on there. You're correct. It says, the tab says find a meeting. And in there you're going to see the chapter directory. And all you got to do is find Success Connect and, ask for a register to visit the chapter. But if nothing else, you can always reach out to, Amy Polak. But in order to reach out to Amy, we need to know how to reach out to you. So
absolutely.
Give us your contact information so we know how to get in contact with you.
Sure. Yes. So my direct number is 281-725-1325. Again, that's 281-725-1325. My email is amy@entre, ENTRE, results.com, amy@entreresults.com. And you can visit our website at entreresults.com, or you can do a Google search for Business Coach Houston. We are number one on the Google listings, and we have the most 5-star reviews for business coaches on Google. So you can look at all of our reviews and check us out.
So I want to go back just before we go back to Entre Results. Do you guys provide any consultation at first to meet with the client? And is there a fee for that?
We do, absolutely. We offer actually complimentary business strategy sessions with business owners who are curious and interested in looking into coaching and are wanting to test drive our program and see what that initial phase looks like and experience what coaching looks like with us.
Okay. And so that complimentary consultation, initial consultation, it's 30 minutes? Is it an hour or?
It's an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you expect to learn within that hour, to see whether that client is a good client for you?
Mm-hmm. Well, we really get to see all the holes that they have in their business and really there's a ton of action items that can come from just that one meeting on things that they need to work on and things that need to happen. And there's a follow-up meeting that happens where we're holding them accountable. Hey, you said you were going to do these action items. Where are you at? How are you doing on those things? Mm-hmm. And they'll either say, I didn't do anything, or I'm like 25% there, 50% there, or I'm trying to do this, but all these other things kind of get in the way. And so normally if someone says, I didn't do anything, it's a good indicator of like, I don't know if you're going to be a great client for us because you have to put in the effort. But if they didn't do it and they took ownership, say, you know what, I dropped the ball, I didn't do it, then that is an indication of you are a good client to work with because you're taking ownership and you want to work on these things. Yeah.
That's similar to, to BNI. We always say that BNI is for everyone, but not everyone is for BNI. Mm-hmm. So especially when we're launching chapters, people that are first coming on to BNI, they don't know anything about it. And that's how we get to know who is fully committed to using the system to help them to grow their business and who's not. So I want to talk to you about going back to Success Connect, and you've been a member since January. Mm-hmm. Tell me your highlight for these past, 9 months or so, 8.5 months. What's the greatest highlight that you have seen or have received a referral from your chapter?
Sure. Well, I think a big highlight for me just joining in January is a handful of the members in this chapter have become my clients, which I think is a huge, indicator of, hey, we trust you, right? Yep. And I was expecting not to get any clients or anything like that for at least 6 months just to build that trust and that rapport. And so it was surprising, and it's like, wow, okay, thank you, Lord.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's, I would say, one of my biggest highlights, and then meeting the people and developing those relationships.
One of the reasons why I asked that question to most members that come on the show, what's the greatest highlight or what's the greatest referral, is because I would like to give you an opportunity to give a big shout out to some of your BNI members that in your chapter that have provided you that ability to provide your service and products to them. So this is a time for you to, give them a big shout out.
Awesome. Great. Well, big shout out to Kat Terrio, owner of The House Manager. If you need anyone to help you with any type of work in your home, she is your gal. Ben Marino is a phenomenal with technology. Him and his company, they know technology and can really help you with your business, big or small. Henry Viesca with Pro Roofs and Restoration. He is just a professional with roofing and everything from roofs to gutters and all of that in between. He's great at that. I don't want to forget anybody. Priscilla Moreno, she's amazing. If you need good health insurance, she is your gal and can hook you up. And John Milam also is great with lease negotiations. Who else? Sarah Cuddy, I mentioned her earlier. She does financial planning, very smart, very methodical in how she goes about working with her clients. I wish I had my list so I could name everybody, but everyone's amazing.
There's just so many great people in so many different chapters. But in Success Connect, I know Kyla Warren and Greg Rosner, as I mentioned. You got Jennifer Arriaga, so all great friends and great business people. Mm-hmm. And so you are an extremely lucky member to be in such an amazing chapter. So congratulations to that.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you
I really do appreciate it.
Me.
Thank you for taking the time, and we're going to get this video up on the website within a couple of days, and then you'll get information on how to get that video. But this is BNI Now, and so we just finished interviewing Amy Pollack with Entre Results, and so we are going to be back with our next guest just in a few minutes. Stay tuned. This is BNI Now.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
The right tax team is key to any successful business. At America's Tax Firm, our goal is to help individuals and businesses of all sizes with accounting solutions and tax strategies that yield profitability, sustainability, and growth. At America's Tax Firm, we have a team of experienced tax consultants and advisors that can help your company optimize business strategies to minimize taxes and reduce liabilities. From preparing and filing your personal or business taxes, or choosing the right legal structure for your business, to resolving complex tax issues with the IRS. America's Tax Firm is your turnkey solution. Take a strong and decisive step and let America's Tax Firm be part of your success.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey folks, we are back. We just wrapped up an interview with Amy Polak with Entre Results. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, Amy, and congratulations to Success Connect. You have a hell of a member there with Amy. So we are now back, and we've got the pleasure of having Ms. Kathy Rath on the show. We could not be more excited to have you on the show. I've heard nothing but amazing things about you. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much, Rick. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. I know that I've seen so many familiar names, even though we have probably never met face-to-face, but your name is very recognizable because I've heard nothing but great things about you and your chapter and things like that. So I was really excited to see your name come through as a registration to be on this show. So as we always do for all of our members, we try to give our members a chance to come on the show to get not only local but national and international exposure to their business. So this is your time to shine. Tell us all about your business and all of your services and all that great stuff. Our viewers are right over there. They're watching you live, so no pressure at all, but a little bit of pressure. So no, I'm just kidding. It's just take your time, talk about your business, and tell us all about you.
Well, as you said, my name is Kathy Rath. I am the owner and founder of Rath Law PLLC. My focus in my practice is to help folks with their estate planning needs, and then when the inevitable happens, help the family through the probate process where it is required, and where it's not, help them make sure that everything is taken care of so that the family can move on after their loved one has passed. Part of that includes small estate affidavits, an actual probate proceeding. If there is a will, if there's not, then there might be an heirship proceeding. But it also includes talking with the family about estate planning issues, the will process, why it's important for folks to have powers of attorney, a medical directive, if there are minor children, the importance of a designation of guardian for those children, and just sort of help them process and think of what may happen and try to plan as much as we can so that if that scenario actually happens, they're not left running around with their hair on fire, so to speak. They know what steps they need to take to make sure that their vision is actually fulfilled for their family.
You know, Kathy, after I'm listening to you, and I am imagining all kinds of people that I have known throughout my time that could have, the keyword could have, benefit from your services, because there are so many people, so many families out there that have no clue, and they go without having anything prepared. And when something does happen, nobody knows what to do.
You know, that is absolutely correct. Many folks believe that because their only asset is a house, that a will doesn't do them any good. And in fact, that is probably why it is most important that they have even just a very basic, simple will that says, I, John Smith, leave my estate to my wife, Sally Smith. Because I don't think folks understand that if they don't express their wishes in a written document, whether it is fully self-proved with all the bells and whistles, or if they just write it down and sign it, if they don't do that, then the state of Texas tells their family who gets what. And sometimes it's not what the person who has passed would have wanted.
Yeah.
This is particularly important in the situation where you have blended families, a second marriage for the husband or the wife or both. And if you do not have a written document, it can cause a lot of interfamily strife and hard feelings, and that is the last thing that I like my clients to have to go through.
Yeah, so something that you said, that the state takes over and they decide, you know, what everyone should get. What is that what is that process? How long is that process? Obviously, a much longer process if the state needs to get involved, if no one has, anything written. Right?
That is correct. The Texas Estates Code has what they call an intestacy statute. And that statute says if you die and you are married, your spouse, depending on whether the children who survive you are the product of your marriage or a previous relationship, determines who gets what and how much. So for instance, if you are in a second marriage and you have children that survive you who are from a prior relationship, whether it be a marriage or just a boyfriend, whatnot, then your wife will not inherit your community property generally. Now, there could be, some things here or there that might affect that, but generally, your children will inherit your 1/2. Is that what you wanted for your spouse? Did you want your spouse to inherit the entire house?
Yeah.
And if you did want that to happen, that is not going to happen unless your surviving spouse has the wherewithal to basically buy those children out. So that's one of the nightmare scenarios that could happen.
Yeah, that's, like you said, one of the nightmare scenarios.
Exactly.
I have seen, even with every estate planning available and they had everything under control and everything set in stone, there's someone who is not going to be happy, or a few that are not going to be happy.
That
Right?
is accurate. That is accurate. There's always someone who's not quite happy with what they get.
Yep,
Yes, and
absolutely.
it doesn't, and the amount of money doesn't matter.
No, it's amazing as to, even though it was the parents' wishes and what they, what their wish was, someone is not going to be happy, right? So with that being said, that one person that is not happy, is that someone that you can help contest what the parents' wishes were?
It is possible to contest it, but what I tell a client or prospective client is, do you have the extra money to contest the will?
Good point.
Because the estate is going to pay the executor or the administrator's fee. Your fee is not going to be paid. So if you want to contest it, you can just be prepared to pay out of pocket for it. And sometimes the amount at issue isn't worth it. I had someone call me not too long ago that said, my mom died without a will, and my siblings want to divide up the estate, but my mom told me that I was going to inherit X. And so I would like to contest the intestacy. I want to get what I believe is my share. And I just explained, well, you want $35,000 or $40,000. Are you willing to spend maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 of it to recover that 40 and only get 20, maybe less, depending on how long it drags out?
Yeah.
And some wills, even if there is a will, there is a no contest clause that says if an heir or a beneficiary contests the will, they're actually going to lose their inheritance if they don't have good cause for bringing that contest.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be $50,000, $100,000 or more.
Yeah, it's just mind-blowing to me because you just brought some flashbacks to me with this conversation in regards to so many families that I've known that they could have potentially used your services and they didn't have anything, and so they didn't have anything in writing, so every single child was battling each other. They were at war with each other, right? Because there was nothing in writing, and so apparently now the oldest kid, is the one making decisions, and the other ones are like, why do you get to, all that situation. But then you have some other situations where the parents did have, or the grandparents did have their estate all settled and everything, but someone's not going to be happy, or 2 or 3 people are not going to be happy. So why is it important for everyone to come talk to you, regardless whether they have their estate, all set up or if they don't? Why is it important for them to talk? Why is this subject, in other words, in this matter, so important for all families to have taken care of?
Because it just doesn't have to do with the things that they leave behind. It also has to do with the everyday, day-to-day situations that you encounter. If you are a father with a wife and 2 children, and you are in an auto accident, and you are permanently disabled in a way that you cannot manage your personal financial or personal hygiene issues on a day-to-day basis, the medical situation is not as great a deal, because the wife 9 times out of 10 is going to help you do those things, hire the folks to help you take care of those things. But if you own a house with your wife and there's a mortgage on it, and you need to sell that house as the wife to downsize or to get a single story where you can wheel your husband around in a wheelchair and not have to deal with stairs, how is she going to do that if he can't sign and he's not legally competent to sign a contract to sell the house?
Great question.
A power of attorney for finance, or statutory durable power of attorney, will help her do that, so that she can continue to take care of you and also continue to take care of your children. Now, there are ways to make your estate so that it passes by operation of law, so that you don't need probate. But in order to have that happen, you need to talk to someone that can help you do that.
Yeah. I just find it extremely beneficial to at least have the conversation and to be better educated on what you have and what you don't have, and why it's important to talk to Kathy Rath to talk about your estate. Thank you so much for answering those questions. I appreciate that. And so now we want to talk about, well, let's just take a quick commercial break. They're telling me over there to take a quick commercial break. This is BNI Now. We're talking to Kathy Rath. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Si usted es agente de bienes raíces y está buscando una compañía confiable para limpieza para mantener sus casas de venta o renta impecables, Sierra Cleaning Services es su solución. Con más de 15 años de experiencia, Sierra Cleaning Services ha sido la compañía preferida por los agentes de bienes raíces en Houston, Katy, Cinco Ranch, Cypress y Woodlands. Sierra Cleaning Services ofrece limpieza residencial, comercial y de oficinas, remoción de escombros durante todas las fases de proyectos de construcción, aseo de casas y oficinas antes y después de ser habitadas. Llame a Alfredo Sierra y permita que Sierra Cleaning Services sea su aliado en su proyecto de limpieza.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
The right tax team is key to any successful business. At America's Tax Firm, our goal is to help individuals and businesses of all sizes with accounting solutions and tax strategies that yield profitability, sustainability, and growth. At America's Tax Firm, we have a team of experienced tax consultants and advisors that can help your company optimize business strategies to minimize taxes and reduce liabilities. From preparing and filing your personal or business taxes, or choosing the right legal structure for your business, to resolving complex tax issues with the IRS, America's Tax Firm is your turnkey solution. Take a strong and decisive step and let America's Tax Firm be part of your success.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey folks, we are back. We are talking and interviewing one of our amazing members, Kathy Rath, with RathLawKatie.com, I believe it is.
That is correct.
I remembered it. But anyways, we are back, and just before we're going on to the break, I was going to ask you about Rath Law. You know, how did that come about? I'm pretty sure that the name for the company or for the firm was kind of difficult to come to that decision. You know,
that was a very tough one. Yes, absolutely.
But we want to know about Rath Law. How long have you been in business? What part of town are you in? And just tell us your vision and mission for your business. Why are you in this industry?
Well, I moved to Katy, Texas back in 2013 after living and working in Chicago for approximately 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I attended law school at Chicago-Kent College of Law there in downtown Chicago. And when I graduated, I worked for a short time for the Chicago Board of Education. And then I got a job working for a large Taft-Hartley Trust Fund out in Rosemont, which is a suburb of Chicago, where I was one of their in-house attorneys working for them. And then my spouse got a job here in Houston, and we did the long-distance commute thing for a while, and finally, after about 4 or 5 years, we said, you know, this is just not working. We're tired of giving our money to the airlines.
Yeah.
And so I moved down here, and it was actually a good thing that I could not find a job here. I don't understand why I wasn't given any interviews, really, but it forced me to think outside the box, which I was not comfortable with in the first few years of my career. And so I just said, you know what? I guess if no one wants me, I will make my own way, and that's how Rath Law got started.
Nice. And how long ago was that?
I started Rath Law in 2014, April 1st, actually, and it was not a joke, April 1st, 2014. I was very excited because Texas has reciprocity. So as long as you're in good standing with the court in which, or the state and courts in which you're primarily admitted, you just go through a background check, you know, fingerprints, which was a little, you know, the background check for me was maybe a little iffy. I fill out a really detailed application, get a couple of references, and get sworn in. So that process went pretty quickly, and I've been practicing on my own since then. I've been getting a lot of support from other local bar members out in Katy, and also the other members of my BNI chapter out in Katy. So it's been kind of a wild ride.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed being my own boss. I've enjoyed getting all the glory, and I'm also getting all of the not so great glory.
Right.
But my vision for my business and what I really strive to do is to provide high quality legal services in a timely fashion for a very reasonable cost, because my target market are not the folks with the assets that exceed the federal exemption. My target market are the everyday mom and pops who have children, who want to protect those children in the event something happens to them,
Right.
and make sure that that their loved ones that are left behind are well taken care of.
Yeah. So just out of curiosity, going back to Chicago and then Houston, why Katy, Texas?
Well, my spouse was working for one of the oil companies here in Houston, and
Okay.
actually still working there. And so the energy corridor is where the commute was, too. Okay. And we had purchased a house in Briar Hills, which is right there by one of the dam's reservoirs, Barker Reservoir.
Cypress, yeah.
And it was too big. It was kind of lonely when I wasn't here, so sold that and moved into a 55-plus community in the Cinco Ranch area.
Okay.
Love it. We've been there since 2013, and my office is maybe 5 or 10 minutes away. So it's worked out really, really well. I can be available for clients after hours, or several of my clients live very close to me, so it's very easy to make house calls. And I think I'm one of the very few attorneys in the area that will make a house call at no extra charge.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question because, another question. So you started in 2014 because nobody else would, give you a chance. So you started your business 2014. How did you go about getting clients, when you first started your business?
Well, because I'd never been a business owner before, I really had no clue how to go about anything.
Right.
So I just did what Jack Canfield and Earl Nightingale and those kinds of folks say, and I just took action. I drove around to some of the funeral homes, dropped off my business card, dropped off brochures, talked to my neighbors in my subdivision and just said, hey, I'm a lawyer. My focus is estate planning. If you have any issues or need any help, please let me know. Mm-hmm. Went to as many networking events as I could find. And then someone in my neighborhood was a member of my BNI chapter that I eventually joined and reached out to me on the Nextdoor app, which I'm sure our viewers have heard about and have used. And she said, hey, you're the kind of person that we would like to have in our chapter. Why don't you come visit? And this is, of course, in 2016 when I joined. Mm-hmm. And I went, and the folks in the chapter were just so welcoming and really interested in what I did and about me. Mm-hmm. And to me, it was a no-brainer. I joined, and as I said, I've been a member since 2016. And the difference that BNI has made, not only in my business, but in me as a business owner, I can't even begin to quantify that. It's just been amazing.
Yeah. So that was going to be, to go back, you started in 2014. I started my business 2013. And I can so much relate to how you started your business, basically knocking on doors and letting people know what it is that you do. No different than what I did when I started my business. I went to different companies and just dropped off some brochures and let them know that I do printing services. And if they ever need anything, let me know. So when someone invited you to BNI and they made you feel so welcome, you are like the second or third member that's come to the show that said similar thing about BNI Katy, that people were actually looking to help you, and that is basically the message that I've been hearing from BNI Katy, which is not it's not too different from, many other chapters that we have. So this transitions perfectly into you telling me about BNI Katy and why it's so amazing.
Well, it's amazing because we've had chapter presidents who have had a vision for what they want the chapter to accomplish. Mm-hmm. They take a real interest in the individual members, not only in their businesses, but personally. There is a real sense that I get of mentorship from the other chapter members. If I have a question about